Viven en un country. Andan en BMW para arriba. Los fines de semana se cogen a las mejores minas. Morfan bien todos los días. El día anterior al partido durmieron tranquilamente en un hotel 5 estrellas y se rascaron la verga durante 24 horas sin hacer nada, jugando al ping-pong y al pool y a la play. Juegan al fútbol todos los días de su vida. Los botines, $6.000, $5.000, no sé cuánto salen, ponele 3.000 mangos, 4.000 mangos, están vendados por un kinesiólogo. Están bien comidos, están bien entrenados. Las medias, que son las que no te cortan la circulación, los pantaloncitos, que son los de los huevos, que no te raspan los huevos, la camiseta te estira la espalda, es la que no transpira, que sale 800 pesos, no sé cuánto sale una camiseta para jugar al fútbol. La pelota es perfecta, 120 euros, inflada con un barómetro a 8 bares, la cancha no tiene un solo pozo, el arco tiene 7,20 metros por 2,40. Te aplauden cuando salís a la cancha. La concha de tu madre, no sabés parar una pelota. Le vas a pagar al arco y la tirás a la mierda. Le vas a hacer un pase a tu compañero que está a 1 metro y haces así, se la pasas mal. Hijo de puta, eso me puede pasar a mí con esta panza. No hago.
What do you see?
A duck.
Danny, what do you see?
Predominantly I see the rabbit.
This is the most difficult thing in a football club, and in the process that we are in right now, even harder. My only aim is that everybody see the duck or the rabbit, because if you see a dog and I see the rabbit, we are in a different path, we are in a different direction.
Big up to everyone that's locked in. Big up to the legendary views in Shane, bro. It's been a long time. Should
left you.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we've been, Halloween, whatnot, the whole week. You know how it is. It was madness. But good to be back. Good to be back, bro. We can see everybody that's locked in. You see Jalil. You see Francis. You see all the man them there. But yeah, it's nice to be back. Views, how are we feeling?
Yeah. All right, man. All right. I'm feeling all right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, big up. Perfect way to start the show. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I think we're gonna win. I feel like the team picks itself. We're normally kind of upset with whatever lineup comes out, but it's kind of picking itself at the moment.
We picked the exact same team, by the way, views, you and me. But picked the exact same team. I think this is the easiest one we're ever going to see. I think the only surprise will be I have a sneaky feeling. Sorry to cut across you, but that Ranieri won't be on the bench.
Ooh, okay.
That's a great
interesting one. I can't lie. Big up K in the chat as well, bro. Big up K. Big up, my guy Dre. Big up to you as well, man. Welcome, people. Welcome. Shane, how are we feeling? How was your week?
About the badge, 1-0. I think we'll get a 1-0. I'm not as confident as some people are. I am confident. I think we'll win. But as always, it's me. Can we get through without the famous 5 getting injured? The night under the lights of Sunderland, Lee's dismissing it as it's a bit of a myth that Sunderland are playing well. I disagree. Away from home, they've been shit, and the home does make a difference. If people think it doesn't, it makes a massive difference. Of course it does. They'll be up for it. I think their style of play nullifies a lot of what we're good at. They're quick, they're strong. They don't fuck about. They're not really overly susceptible to the high press because they don't ponce about at the back. And they're quick on the counter-attack. But I'm interested to see if we go 1-0 down. I'm interested to see a lot of things. But, all these challenges will come soon. Will it be tonight? I don't know. I think we'll win 1-0. But, I mean, that's about it. I don't really see much else. If they take the lead, it might be a different story. We'll see what happens then. But I think we'll win 1-0.
Set piece goal?
Yeah. There's no other way we're going to score this. What else? Definitely the first goal. If we score more than one, maybe an open play goal. But we always need the set piece goal to open them up at the start.
Yeah.
But this set piece thing, like, I want to go back, roll it back to the game where Burnley and Slavia Prague, just to give us a little bit of that. We'll get to the set piece bit because it's just a myth. Views. Burnley, Slavia Prague, how did you feel about the game? What's your thoughts? I mean, we haven't really linked up since then. So what are you saying? What are you saying about them games?
Um,
2 games.
yeah. I was a lot happy. I was a lot more happy with Burnley. Because I thought like we done the job in the first half. So by the time we got to the second, we started bringing on like defensive players and changing people out. It's kind of like we're bricking up a little bit, but I don't mind because that's the way you're meant to do it. And I think we actually started. I mean, started a little bit slow, but got into the first half and done enough. Do you know what I'm saying? So you get your goals 1, 2, and then you start bringing on your defensive players, resting players, that kind of thing, depending on how the game's going. So I wasn't too bothered about that. Slavia Prague, I actually think we kind of struggled against them. For as many of the famous 5 Arteta's angels that was on the pitch, you know, it wasn't very comfortable, was it? And as Shane said, you know, they ain't won in the bloody chat like for what 18 years or something. It's ridiculous. So you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, for as many starters as we had on the pitch, that should have been a lot more. I mean, obviously, yes, the result went well and all the rest, but it should, like, I don't know. I didn't feel comfortable watching it. That's what I always ask fans, innit? If I don't feel that way, I will ask you if you feel that way. So yeah, Burnley a little bit cool. Slavia not so much, but job done. Another clean sheet. But yeah, as always, each and every game, there's at least something I can say. All right, we might need to do something better there, or we might need to look at that to stop that happening, and you know, just ways to shore things up. So yeah, not too bad. I mean, I've always said 2-1. I'm going to keep saying 2-1, you know what I mean, until we lose that clean sheet, because it's been a little bit of a jinx, you know what I'm saying? So and I'm not really bothered about it either. Let me just put that out there. I couldn't give a fuck about, you know, Chelsea's record. I just want to keep winning the game. So yeah, man, not too bad. And like I said, and I'll finish on this, I suppose it's a little bit of credit, you know, for the fucking Spanish Walking Dead that we can be in this position, because we weren't last season and we weren't playing good last season. I don't think we're playing great this season, but that's the difference. Will it continue? 28 weeks later, like the movie, yeah? Because if 28 weeks later, yeah, we're still first, then talk to me then. If not,
oh, hey, listen, I hear that, BBK, salute to you. Shane, Burnley, Slavia Prague. Tell me, like, what was your thoughts on both of the games like?
Yeah, the same thing as views. Really, the performances were Arteta performances. The Slavia Prague game, like I told views and BBK and stuff on the Bruise, and I was furious before the match when I saw the lineup. Furious because I knew it was coming, but I'd even given him more credit. I had said he might rest one of those 5. I thought he might like rest Timber, or he might you know, people could say, oh, well, you're saying that they Slavia Prague haven't won a Champions League game in 18 years. How many years were they in it? Fine, fair enough. But they're still shit. You know what I mean? Like, if our second team can beat Brighton, if Brighton played Slavia Prague 10 times, they beat them 9 or 10 times, right? That's just a fact, right? Fact. So if our second team can beat Brighton, even bring the famous 5 and put them on the bench. And if you're drawing 0-0 with 20 minutes left, bring them on. Be a competent manager. Because now I'm getting told, well, Declan Rice is a different breed, so he doesn't get injured. He doesn't suffer injuries. Apparently, he's one of the X-Men now. I don't know. Maybe he's not the famous 5. Maybe he's the Fantastic 4. That walking ball of creatine said that. But now he's the Fantastic 4, right? So he's a hero now. Doesn't get injured. The point is that if Declan Rice gets injured now, or on England duty, by the way, if he gets injured on England duty, that's not Tuchel's fault. That's the culmination of all these games he's played where he hasn't had to play. Same with Saka, same with anybody who goes on international and gets injured. I don't want to hear the international manager injured them. It's not Arteta's fault. This is all a culmination of this guy running them into the ground. So the problem is that people just don't see it. They don't want to see it. You're just looking for negatives. Why don't you give him credit? It's like the defensive record. I've said this 100 times, and I'm sick of saying it, but I'll say it again. This 2 seasons ago when we got the precious golden glove that our only trophy of the last fucking 3 years, we've won 2 golden gloves, right? When we got them, Everton finished 1 clean sheet behind. They finished just above relegation. But they had Sean Dyche as manager. So all 10 outfield players run themselves into the ground, tracking back. And you keep clean sheets. The only problem is your attack suffers because you're all back, because you're 2 banks of 4 with the 2 strikers back as well. You're always everywhere. And then when you counter-attack, everybody's knackered. Because when I say that Arteta runs his forward players into the ground, we went through with views, all the injuries, all the muscle injuries to every single forward player, because they do so much running. So all of the lack of shots we're getting on target, it has a lot to do with our brilliant defense, but it has a fair bit to do with the fact that they don't even get into our final third because our forward players do so much running. And then people will say to me, well, why doesn't every team do that? Because you can't. You physically can't for a whole season because your players start to drop and it doesn't work. Otherwise, everyone would do it. Why doesn't everyone sprint for a whole marathon? When you're running a marathon, why don't you sprint from the very start? If that'll get you there quicker. Why don't you just sprint for the whole thing? Because then you'll win. Because why is that guy running slow in the 800 meters at the start? Why didn't you just sprint for the whole thing? It doesn't make any sense. And that's what these guys that fail to understand. So when we're picking out negatives after a win against a bunch of, let's get it right, close to part-timers, and we get a win, we're going, okay, well, Saka played the full match. Saliba played the full match. Gabriel played the full match. Timber played the full match. And Royce got a little 10-minute break. Why? So why are we not upset about it? We're upset because we can see what's coming. We can see what's coming. Just like today's lineup. We can all predict it. Every bit of it will predict it down to the last man because this guy's so predictable. So for me, the Slavia Prague game was really depressing, if I'm being honest with you, because why do it? And as I said, and I'll finish on this, I said to the lads, if you can't rest against Slavia Prague after already winning all your Champions League games, when can you rest? Never going to happen. So we'll see what happens at the end of the season.
No, 100%. You hit the nail straight on the. That's the thing. I'd be thinking about this as well. But again, it's if you go back to the Declan Rice one, if he gets injured, unprecedented circumstances. Yeah, he got injured. That's why we didn't win the league. Rice got injured, or Gyökeres got injured. There's always a reason. And for real, like when Slavia Prague, we're gonna play Slavia Prague. We got 9 points. You know what I'm saying? We're basically nearly through. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, the Bayern Munich game now doesn't really matter to me that much because we both have 12 points. We're both nearly through. Do you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like Slavia Prague was a game where you play youngsters, but what do we know? What do we know? Big up Dr. Seymour, man. Big up Sam as well. BBK, salute to you, man. Salute to you. £10 fine for the lateness. And yeah, man. What was your thoughts about the Burnley Slavia Prague games?
The Burnley game was our best 45 I've seen us play this season. It's a shame that Gyökeres pulled up, but I think Shane covered everything that we need to cover about the Burnley game as far as the injuries goes. And I did a stream where I said, the fans demand to know why players with phenomenal fitness records come to Arsenal, and all of a sudden they're on the nurses' table. And we're not even, at Christmas. The injuries are piling up as soon as men get here. Men are coming back, men are getting injured. Men are coming back, men are getting injured this long. But the Slavia Prague game, what really annoyed me is that we scored the third goal in the 68th minute. In the 70th minute, Saka should have been off the pitch, bro. He played a full 90 for what?
Because Ronaldo do,
Well, like he's nursing 2 hamstrings now. He had surgery on one. He hurt the other one this season. He's nursing 2 hamstrings.
Oh, no, but he's only played 15 games this season, though.
Yeah, just this season. Apparently, the fatigue from last season doesn't count.
Yeah, so the mileage on your car from 2 years ago don't matter. When the whole
so you wipe it off.
Yeah,
you know that. Tax, when you do your tax, that's what you do. You do your taxes, and then you just reset the car, and then it's brand new again. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Where's my Men in Black thing? You know
what I saw compared to with Declan Rice that he's a machine. Well, look at Ronaldo and Messi. They play every game. I don't think I've ever seen either of them track back once in their life. It's different. You cannot compare them to the amount of ground that they cover. So apparently, then it doesn't matter what ground you cover in the game. It's just how many games.
And the thing is, they talk about Declan Rice came off the Palace game injured.
Yeah,
no one kicked him. He pulled up, sat his ass down in our box because he was injured, and then he started to play the 90 in the next game. I'm shocked that he hasn't been injured thus far. The amount of running that he's having to do, and he's played the full 90 today.
Yes, last season he was playing with broken toe. They just don't allow him to rest.
Injections all the way, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Let's forget that happened last season. I'm sorry to just jump in. Like,
no, you're good, bro.
Let's forget that happened last season because he was playing with what break did he get last season? 2 weeks from a broken toe. You know what I'm saying? He has been injured. He just plays through
and that's when the England physio sent him home.
Yeah.
and said he's not fit for.
But because that
purpose.
happened last season, it didn't actually happen. It's Marvel's what if. Do you know what I'm saying? That's that's how we have to look at it. He's only played 10 games this season. So what are we complaining about?
Yeah, I think people get lost in the when we're talking about him being the man. He's the manager of the team, of the squad. Like, not only the tactic, but you have to manage these players' minutes, bro. There's a reason why we've talked about teams like Man City putting together 10, 15 games wins towards the business end of the season. And this is one of the reasons why FPL people hate putting Man City players in their lineup, because they don't know what Pep is going to do each week. But come March, April, them man have 20 players who are fully fit with minimal minutes on their legs for the run-in. And if we don't nip this in the bud now, the injuries will start to pile up, and then it will be used as an excuse at the end of the season should this go tits up, which is what I'm afraid of.
Oh, they got that already. They got that already. They're already talking about, Gyökeres now. What are we going to do now? But Moreno's scoring. You're right with it, right? You're saying that Moreno is the guy. So no complaints. Moreno can score. He's the best attacking midfielder in the world.
Yeah, that's mad.
Arteta actually said, with the presence of players like Pedri, you know what I'm saying, and players like Ryan Shirky. Do you know what I'm saying? He's telling me that Moreno is the best attacking midfielder in the world. All right, cool. This season, do you know what's good about this season? Yeah, it's a win-win for us. It's a win-win for us.
Yep.
I still don't believe, but still, look. The thing is that I'll say it again. The way I think about football, the way I know football, this is not it. But if it works, I'll just say, you know what? I didn't believe in this. I didn't believe in this process that happened this season because I don't understand football like that. Because for me, you can't just walk into you can't be 17th from open play when you're first in the league. I know we're scoring set pieces and whatnot, but I've never seen it in my life. Views, you've watched more football than me, but have you seen it before? Like, is this set piece thing? I mean, it's a myth. Don't get me wrong. I used to say big up the set piece coach. You remember? I don't know if you remember. I used to big him up bare time. Like, I'll big him up right now. Set piece coach should get more money than Arteta.
Yeah, he's on the camera. He's on the camera as near enough as much, isn't it?
Yes, thanks.
He's a famous man. Man knows his
and
name
you know
now.
what, Rashid, though, as well, yeah, because I thought that was just standard. I'm looking around, like, where's the competency? Apparently, in the Premier League, not many teams have got a set piece coach. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, huh?
No
I'm
way.
like, really? I swear to God, bro. And I'm like, in 2025, with all the science and all of the dossiers and the laptops and all of these different variations of tactics and all of this astuteness, you know what I'm saying? And meticulous behavior. And we're the only team with a set piece coach in 2025. Like, really? Everyone's playing like Stoke now. I've not seen it be sustainable where someone's gone on and won solely off of set pieces. No, ever in my life. Like, so I don't know. This might be.
Have you seen it before? Have you seen a team go? But then they'll say, "Oh, Chelsea," but I don't think Chelsea were surviving only on set pieces. I know for sure now. Probably I can't check, but I know for sure that they weren't 17th from open play. But yeah, BBK, does it bother you? Does it not? What's your thoughts on this situation?
It doesn't bother me. It worries me. It worries me a whole lot because you never want to have a single point of failure, right? Like relying on this one thing. If other than Declan Rice, who is the right-footed player that can put the whip on the ball from a corner or from a set piece close to goal?
Eze, maybe. They would say Eze, maybe.
Yeah, but the thing is, the reason why I'm so anxious about Declan getting rest in the legs, because if we lose him, we don't only lose him being the cleanup man, him being the anchor in the midfield, we lose those set pieces that we rely on so much. And there's a single point of failure if the set piece goes. Do you trust these players and do you trust this manager that they can flip a switch and all of a sudden figure out how to play football again? You train how you fight.
I heard some people, BBK, and this man called Lippy Lip Shots. I don't know, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh my days, has no idea about football whatsoever, bro. I don't know, bro. What the fuck? How did he get into football anyway? Like, how did he get into football? Isn't he like a rapper side? concentrate on your rapping shit. You know what I'm saying? Football ain't for you, my brother. He said,
but he actually thinks it really is, and all the people like us. He
Mm.
said that football ain't for us. Like I said, it's tomato. It's all about perspective. Do you know what I'm saying? The only one
wait,
thing.
wait for this. Do you know what he said? Views.
Go on.
He said that Declan Rice is better than Steven Gerrard. Will be better than Steven Gerrard.
Who's this? Who are we
He
talking
said lip shots. Do you know what I'm saying?
Don't worry.
Absolute wasp.
Lippy lick shot.
You know what I mean? Like absolute wasp, bro.
He's from my
Like,
area in London. I know who he is.
you know who he is?
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, brother. Concentrate on the bars and shit like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe you're good at rapping, you know, concentrate on that.
No, I don't follow him on X no more. There's a reason why there's a block button. You get me? Like, no disrespect. No. No disrespect to anyone. I say the same to Shane. The moment I start seeing anything I don't like, I just get it away. Just get it out. Yeah, lippy lick shot. I actually liked you. Like, he's quite funny, comedic. He does podcasts and that. When you start talking about Arsenal, then you've held the block button.
That's
bro.
it. Red card.
That's
Red
it.
card,
That's-
bro.
yeah,
Absolute wasp. Terrible. Steven Gerrard. Are you what? What? Declan Rice to Steven Gerrard, and then what? This is how I knew that he has no idea about football. He said that technically Steven Gerrard is not as good as Declan Rice.
That's ridiculous.
That's when I knew.
Wow.
That's it. This guy is my brother. I'm telling you.
It's a
He
hot
said,
take.
technically, bro. Technically, Declan Rice is better. Like, I think Declan Rice is techie. Are you mad?
Yeah,
You
I've
what?
seen a few people say that now, that if he wins the league, then his legacy is better. Than you could technically say that his Premier League record is better. But there's players, ex-professionals, that would say, oh, Gerrard's in my all-time 11 and all this sort of stuff. So I'm not going to have that, man. And Gerrard was surrounded by fucking Anthony Latalik and fucking El Hadj
Yeah,
Diouf
yeah,
and all
shit
these
players,
in-
bro.
man. You know what I mean? He was still winning cups and stuff. Look, I hated it a bit at the time because I have a deep dislike of Liverpool, but that chap was a fucking baller, man. There's a reason Mourinho tried to sign him for Madrid and for Chelsea.
Yeah,
Mourinho knows a fucking player. You know what I mean?
Like,
Come on. Let's have
Yeah,
it
you
right.
know what? Funny enough, though, on a particular something, that's where I found out what Teddy Sheringham's been saying about Romero and Van de Ven. I tell you, it's perspective, bro, or it's agendas, or whatever it is. Like, they're
Look,
better than
people know now with how many channels. It used to just be Sky and then maybe Match of the Day, and that was it, right? So it was a select few that got on it. Now with all these guys having YouTube channels, with Talk Sport, with Rory Talks this and that, and all these other absolute idiots. Now it's, well, if I say something ridiculous, it'll get traction and I'll get on a panel.
Yeah.
That's why we have people saying we're going to go unbeaten this season. Certain idiots saying we're going to go unbeaten. I want the AFTV gig. 800 and something subs, already been on AFTV, already been on Dan's, already been on fucking with Flowers and all these. You just say something fucking stupid, and you'll get on it. They've looked at the sort of the CV of the likes of Igal and these guys. Say stupid shit, you get on panels. Say the most ridiculous things in the world, you get on panels. I said it before. This is Igal's worst nightmare, Arsenal being top. Because he's just getting tiring now. He's coming on going, admit Arteta's great. That's all he has now. But if we were to fall off and not win the league, he'd be in heaven. Because everybody would be saying, right, sack Arteta, and he'd go, no, give him another year. And then they get on a panel. So they're all the same. If they have, none of them have an opinion of their own. I keep getting, that I said Arsenal would finish fifth. I'll admit I was wrong. I got it wrong. I thought the squad weren't with him. I thought a lot of stuff, right? If I could predict every fucking finish in the league, I'd be a millionaire. Back to the future sentence. Back to the future too. I'd be coming back and I'd be saying, this is what's going to happen. Bet on this. The thing is, I get a fair few right. I get a fair few wrong, right? That's how it works. But at least I stand by it. At least I don't flip-flop, man. You know what I mean? Will I change my mind on Arteta if he wins the league? I'll change my mind on a lot of things. I still won't change my mind on him fully. I still think that he won't get over the line again. Same questions will be there next season. You know what I mean?
Okay,
he needs to win 2-3 leagues in a row before I start admitting that.
Let's spice it up a little bit, just a little segment. Let's say Arteta does win the league. For me personally, 1 more year. Gone.
That's it, yeah.
Views. What's your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I've always said the same because he's been here so long. If he just got here like slot, this is why I don't understand what Liverpool fans are going on about. Listen, I know it's a stark contrast. You weren't expecting it after your summer, but shit happens, yeah? all of a sudden he's garbage. The same guy that was so competent last season. Do you understand? He won them the flipping Premier League, and this season they're saying get out. Right? He was only there last year. This clown, he's been walking dead for years, bro. Years, 6 years next month. So if you win the Premier League or the champs, all right, cool. I'll shut my mouth, but only for one more season. You better keep winning now. You don't have that luxury because you've spent a whole heap of money. You've been here a whole heap of time. You got rid of a whole heap of people all to get your teachers.
15.6.
15.6. I'm hearing that it might even go up. I don't know who's chatting shit about that.
Man.
I'm telling you.
Gal and that other twat, that other chick.
I'm just saying. And then these same people things come out of their mouth. Like there was even talking about Gabriel James, like, I'd like him to win something at Arsenal. The guy's on 265 grand a fucking week.
If anything, he owes us.
Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you saw that video. He looked healthy, bro. Sound body, sound mind. Like, what's he doing? He's getting $250,000 a week to sit down.
Yeah. You live in the best countries.
Yeah, but don't sell him, though, guys. Don't sell him because I'd like him to win something with Arsenal. I mean, what are we doing here, bro? What are we doing?
He's got 3 or 4 Premier League medals already with City. He's sitting well enough with his money and his medals.
Christ, bro.
Jesus
Christ. Yeah, we'll let him go for a free. We'll let him go for a free.
He's healthy. He's healthy. It was mad. I can't lie. Oh my days. Shane, let's say he does win. I'm saying he does win it this season. I'm gonna give you a bit of context. Obviously, we lose all the other shit, but like we win the Premier League. What's your thoughts on it? How much
till the end of his contract? Till the end of his contract, and which is a year, and then reassess it. Yeah, so reassess it. So one more year. Look. The thing is, these fans will say that he's took us from oblivion and now he's made us contenders, right? And we're the biggest club in Europe and all this stuff. Okay, then. Well, then I want the standards of Real Madrid. So if he wins a league and then loses his first 3 in the next season, then he's sacked, right? Because that's the standard of these teams, right? No sentimentality. No, Ancelotti, you're our most successful manager, even though you won 2 competitions this year. Wasn't good enough. You're out. See you later. Thanks for what you did, but goodbye. So that's what I want. So they can't have it both ways. They either want us to be this massive club, then we have massive club standards. And as Views said about Slot, I made the point that it looks to me like at the time that he had lost the dressing room. I said, if he has lost the dressing room, then I wouldn't begrudge him sacking him, right? Only if he's lost the dressing room. I said, and I caveated that, well, I don't know if he has. I said, it looks to me like he has, but the board would know. But if he hasn't lost the dressing room, then no, he should be given till the end of the season. But if he starts the season after that badly, sack him, right? Or even if he finishes badly this season, sack him. That's the way it is. That's football nowadays. We're the only club that hasn't moved forward with the times. We're the only club that hasn't. The only big club that hasn't. The only club full stop. West Ham are sacking managers. Everton sack managers. All these other teams. Tottenham sack managers even when they win trophies. We're all, happy family. And do these fans really think that Arsenal players and the staff carry on that way in training and when they're signing contracts that it's all roughhousing and headlocks and laughter and all? He knows when the cameras are there. This guy's a fraud, man. You know what I mean? So if he gets to the end of the season and he wins the league, then next season, if you start badly, then you're fired, right? Because that's how it works. He like View said, he hasn't just come in and go, okay, fair enough. He spent an absolute fortune, and he is, for me, his whole tenure has to be judged, right? So you have to go, okay, well, 6 seasons, you have 1 FA Cup and 1 league. That's still not good enough for me, right? That's not good enough for me. We're Arsenal. That's not good enough. So if they keep changing and moving the goalposts, and even when they do that, even when they move the goalposts and say, well, now he's got his real team, so we'll do it from here, from this season, so he's won 1 league. Even if they want to use that logic, it's ridiculous. But they then apply that logic to human beings. Like, oh, well, Rice has only played a certain amount of games this season, like we were discussing. Like it works. Like you can just, you know what I mean? It's a madness. Like So if someone if he had got a leg amputated, then when he starts a new season, does he have the leg back?
Yeah, of course.
Does it grow well?
Last season never happened.
Considering some of them said that grade 3 hamstrings grow back stronger, so we're living in that universe, and that's someone actually said that. Tom Cooner said that in a chat Aaron was in. A couple of them said, I don't know what you're getting worried about. Grade 3 hamstrings when they tear off the bone to grow back stronger. So yeah, how's your leg, Taron? Is it growing back? Is your ACL growing back stronger? Is it?
Well, I wish.
No, I've had it. I had my kneecap around my leg when I was 20. It went down the back of my leg. I still suffer with that. Still suffer with it. You know what I mean? So look, this is what we're dealing with these guys. But I went a bit off track there. But yeah, look, if he wins the league, I'd give him one more year. And I'd renegotiate his contract at the end of that year. No giving him a new contract in the summer to keep everybody happy. They're already buzzing already. Don't be ridiculous. Why risk it?
Yeah.
I'd give him I'd give him till the end of his contract. And if he starts the second season and we're in 5th coming Christmas, sack him. That's how the top gooners can't have it both ways. He's either turned us into one of the best teams in Europe, or we're still underdogs and he's just playing out of his skin. One or the other. You can't have it both ways.
100%. You can't have your cake and eat it. You can't.
Yeah.
BBK.
Mhm.
I mean, I can see that you're happy about this season so far. I mean, we all are in it because we are first somehow. Don't understand the football, but still, we are first. If he wins the Premier League, what do we do about him? In your opinion?
From a business standpoint, as a club, you already have him on a contract for another season. So the club doesn't have the leverage. You don't want to negotiate with him while he just won the Premier League, because then you have to pay him more, right? And it's not like he's going to walk away from 15.6 million pounds. So you just let that contract run. Because if you announce the contract or give him,
but who would pay him 15.6?
That's what I'm saying. So
just playing devil's advocate here. Who would pay him?
Yeah, he's not going to walk away from that. Is what I'm saying. So the club is in no rush to renegotiate and give him a new deal. No one else is paying him that. No one else.
Yep.
And this is the thing that I use when people say this guy won't come here, that guy won't come to Arsenal. I'm like, yes, the fuck they would. You offer him 15.6 million. Zidane wasn't making that at Real Madrid. You offer him that, he'd think about it. And if you sack him while this squad is still good, like if this job became open in Europe right now, managers will be tripping over themselves to get to it. This is a really good squad that most managers want to manage. But today, right, like if you look at this Granit Xhaka derby today, there's some similarities between the Arteta stint at Arsenal and the Granit Xhaka stint at Arsenal. Granit Xhaka was here for 6 years, gave us 1 good season, 1 average one, and 4 shit one. But because the good one was at the end, people think he was here pulling up trees since 2017.
Yeah.
You know, Xhaka only kicked the Champions League ball the very first year he was here. The entire time he was at Arsenal, we never played in the Champions League.
You can't play with the Champions League.
Right, because we got, So the only time that they would have you believe that Arteta started managing this football club in 2023 and just started challenging for titles. The way they run the narrative. The only time they throw the previous season in there is when you hold them to account and they have to throw the FA Cup in there to make so then it becomes relevant. So it will still, this is the thing. If he wins, the narrative that they will run will, over the past 4 seasons, Arteta's worst finish will be second. It won't be 1 title in 6-7 years.
Yeah,
you know, that's the narrative that they would run.
He's building something. He's been building it for years.
But you know, that's the thing. To the end of his contract, no more, no bumper contract, no extension. Just at the end of you evaluate, because if he earned a second contract after the 27 one is over, then we would have won something else, and then it's calm, because then we're winning trophies in consecutive seasons, and lo and behold, what have we been asking for on this side of the fence? Just win, win, and you stay. That's it.
Just on that Granit Xhaka thing that Darren touched on, everybody else. I remember you getting booed off the pitch. He was our worst player. We all hated him. Everybody wanted him gone, right? Everybody. He was everything that was wrong with Arsenal. Pink has put up something. He was on AFTV or DR Sports, whatever. He put up the other way. He clips up something he said, and then he puts the meaningful music in the background, right? And he thinks that he's making this real big point. He goes, "Do you know what? I really think that that Xhaka was only really appreciated in his last year." Really? Really? Is that it? It's like everybody, that's just a fact. It's
no shit, Sherlock. Breaking news.
He went through the whole show that he was on and he picked that bit and he went, "Yeah, man, that's mint. I sound really insightful there. People won't know what I'm saying. I'm hitting you from left field." It's common knowledge that he was hated right up until he had 1 good season.
Bro, I've seen that son bitch dummy a ball, let it run right through his legs, and let the Wolves player walk in and score at us at the Emirates. I seen him 2-foot Rodri at the damn Etihad. We lose 5-0. I seen him give away pens in the North London derby. I seen him choke man and leave us down to 10. It's just like
even 22-23 when we were 2-0 up at Anfield, he got in the crowd was dead, and he got in Trent's face, and the crowd got up for it, and we drew 2-2. True way to lose.
And that was the beginning of the end.
Even his best season.
Yep. So,
liability. That guy's a liability,
Absolute
and
liability.
I'll be real with you guys. Like I hate Xhaka. Like I've never liked him. I always
That
felt
one
like he
season
was
did not
everything.
forgive it for me. No, you're right. On the side.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was so
telling us
bad for so long.
in it, like
Petulant.
to disrespect us like that and tell everybody to,
Yeah,
do one.
yeah, exactly, yeah. And then he got made captain, and Guendouzi got sold for doing for grabbing Mopoy's throat.
Yep.
2 weeks after Xhaka did it, and
For
got
backing
made
his
captain.
boy, for backing his
Double
teammate.
fucking standards, double standards for backing his teammate. Yeah, Xhaka did it out of petulance.
yeah.
Facts.
Double
And
standards.
that's the thing. You know what it is when you think about it? How many players have been at this club and have been booed and never would dare turn around and say, you know what I'm saying? You. Brother, you
Abue
work
was
for
worse
this
when he
club,
got
you're getting
cheered for
booed
getting
for a
subbed
reason.
back off. That was worse. Abue got,
Huh?
remember he got subbed on.
Yeah.
Remember Abue got subbed on and he played so bad that Wenger subbed him back off.
Yeah,
And
he got
everybody
booed.
cheered like a goal and he was
Yeah,
crying.
yeah.
That was
Yeah,
worse.
crying.
And
That's
he didn't
worse.
give any of that. He
No.
didn't give any of that
Yep.
shit.
Bro, Thierry
I
Henry.
felt sorry for Abue that day, man. I'm not gonna lie, he was crying, bro. You know what I mean? Like, shit.
But I mean, think about it, yeah. Ronaldo, every season, 60 goals, 64 goals, crazy numbers in Real Madrid. They were booing him in a game. I think it was, I forgot the game, but then he went on to score 2 goals. He was playing shit. He was playing shit. They booed him. Did he do anything? That's Ronaldo. That's someone that maybe I could be like, okay, fair enough. This guy's a big player, and we got to him, and it's a little. You're Granit Xhaka, bro. You did absolutely fuck off for this club.
He'd been terrible for years when they did it.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't play Champions League because of you. Our midfield was so open. Xhaka in that number 6 was the most terrible. You know what well, Wenger said it anyway. Wenger said, and that brings me on to the next question, because I got a spicy question for that. Wenger, the Oxlade-Chamberlain, what he said about Wenger. Wenger, when he went for Granit Xhaka and instead of Kante, that was one of the worst decisions I've seen in my life. And Wenger knows it. Wenger knows it now.
Yeah.
Kante could have played the 6 by himself. Granit Xhaka, we don't know what position he is. Nobody knows. He needs a lot of people around him that are runners that can protect him, that can protect his weaknesses. Maybe that's the kind of player he is. That's why he did better in the last season. But brings me on to the next question. Oxlade-Chamberlain said that Arteta never used to Wenger never used to analyze the opponent. I mean, it's not news. We kind of knew that, innit? Because every game we play the same style, we attack the same way. It was just every game the same. We would be losing. He'll still be attacking. Yeah. So either we win 4-0 or we lose 5-2. You know what I'm trying to say? So that was.
Can I just come in on that, right? Because
go on.
When you play that style, right, the way we played, the first half of Wenger's era, people would have watched a videotape of everybody would have watched a videotape of the previous team's game. That'd be it, right? You just watch it, and Wenger was definitely doing that. Every manager did that. You watch one videotape, you'd say, this is what they're doing. Here's the weaknesses, blah, blah, blah. He didn't go into massive detail. But in the first half of his time, damn right, we shouldn't bother with the other team. Just blow them away. It's what we do. They should be watching videotapes on how to stop us, right? That's it. Why would you overcomplicate fluid football like that? There's no point in if anything, it would be a negative to do, right? The second half, when we weren't doing great, the reason that he wouldn't have gone into too much detail is that we played the way Spain did and the way Barcelona did, where it's a load of small players, and when they get the ball, you just, like City did under Pep as well, you close them down as quick as you can, try and win it back, right? Everyone just goes in, win it back. There is no other tactics, really, right? Because you don't have the defensive players to do it. It's all about everybody tackles in the same part of the pitch, wherever you are, the 2 closest players go in, close them down. Works for Spain, worked for Barcelona. It didn't work so well for us. But for this guy to come out and say that, you know, oh yeah, Arteta introduced it and all that. I mean, they paint it like it's a movie where, Wenger had this, light bulb moment because Arteta. You think he didn't know about all this? And Wenger is the most meticulous manager on the fucking planet. You know what I mean? That guy never slept thinking about football. He would have had all of these things in place. But it was the style we played, which didn't really suit it. He didn't want to overcomplicate what we were doing because we played natural football. Do you think the Holland team in the 70s that played total football bothered with? No, what we can do. Because if you overcomplicate the way a naturally attacking team plays, then you take something away from it. So, I understand why people are getting all, oh my God, Arteta's a genius. It's the way the media twist this stuff. Oxlade-Chamberlain did say it, but I'm sure Arteta just said it to him in passing. And trust me, they were watching videos of other teams. They just weren't going into too much detail. It's just something that bothers me, man. I hate all this bollocks.
He wants a little short-term contract, isn't it?
That's it, exactly. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he does. Yeah. He wants a coaching job or something. That's what he wants.
I feel like he does. I feel like he wants to play a little bit for Arsenal, maybe a short term, just
He's
be,
be in
the mix, kind of, maybe play a couple of games here and there. Maybe, I don't know, because it just surprises me. But views, what's your thoughts on this one, man? Did you hear about what Oxlade-Chamberlain said?
Yeah, I did. And just like Shane said, I wouldn't be surprised if it was one of the think tanks, at Arsenal, the positive people that, law-abiding citizen, because they're always thinking two steps ahead. It's their job to turn everything into a positive. Oh, he's got 60% win ratio. Oh, we got this record, but you're not talking about the other one where not one of our players had scored a certain amount of goals for 100 years. You understand what I'm saying? So it's all just to suit the agenda.
Narrative.
That is Mikel Arteta. They say we've got one, but everything they say is nothing but feels. I feel like I'm listening to my baby mum, when she's upset with me, or you said you was going to do this, and there's no logic behind it. It's just feels, innit? Do you understand what I'm saying? Where's the logic? Because they're saying all of that. Oh, look at what Arteta's done, because he's so meticulous. That's why he stands on the pitch like a lunatic every fucking game, holding their hand. So if he was so meticulous through the week, why would he have to do that? Telling them where to pass. Professional footballers at that. People are calling Saka world class. Is Declan? Well, how can you say they're world class? They need someone to hold their hand, apparently.
Facts.
So it's rubbish, bro. It's absolutely rubbish. Yeah, he's just doing all these things. Look at this. He's literally the Spanish David Brent right there. That whole clip. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what he is, bro. It's just a gimmick. We were beaten by the best. It's all he does. It's just a gimmick, bro. Who cares about all of these pointless records when we ain't got no silverware? Make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? You're so meticulous, and I'll shut up, but you've got to stand on the sideline like a lunatic every fucking game, telling players where to pass and where to be. Shouldn't they know that already? You know why Wenger didn't do that? Because there was a philosophy. The youngsters could come in and play exactly like the first team. That's why we was fucking people up in the cups. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because there was a philosophy. Where's the philosophy here, bro? Horseshoe football, innit? So I'll shut up on that.
Facts, 100%. BBK, you saw the clip, obviously.
Yeah, barely.
What's your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, it sounds like he's trying to get one foot in the door, innit?
Yeah, he does.
It's politics at this point. But like Shane said, you don't complicate a winning formula. And if Wenger never needed to complicate anything, Wenger was starting Jack Wilshere against prime Barcelona at the Emirates and bopping him off the park because he believed in his system. You know what I mean? And because I think about Wenger, and Wenger did a lot of shit that made me angry and a lot of stuff that made me mad, but he did some good things. Because you talk about, we could have had Conte, we could have had Cesc and Conte in our midfield at the same time. We had first refusal on them and all that stuff. But I remember one time that Carlo Ancelotti was telling a story about Ronaldo R9 one time, that they were joking around in training, and Carlo was like, bro, you know who we play at the weekend? And R9 was like, no, but I guarantee they know who I am. You know what I mean? So, Wenger, what would you need to go analyze Sunderland? Wenger, this is how we play. Can you stop it? You can't. We'll play around you and we'll win. You don't need to complicate a winning formula. But if they make it out to where he analyzes each opponent, analyzes 19 teams and employ a different tactic, it makes him look like he's a genius game to game. But do you want that, or you want consistency? Because consistency is what will win you the Premier League, right? 38 games.
Just a busybody, the art of looking busy.
That's all of this analysis that he's meant to be integral with, and he hasn't figured out how to break down a low block in 4 years. You know what I mean? So what is it like? I just see the same boring football every single game. Try and get set pieces. We're depending on set pieces, so maybe he should lay off the video analysis. Maybe he is overloading these players with details. He's crushing them, man. Do you know what it's like when you're trying to do something? You're trying to fix something at home, and the missus is standing over you, and you're fucking just give me a second. Like, you know what I mean? You can't think. When they're over your shoulder.
You're breathing on my neck.
And maybe you should just fucking give me a minute. Just piss off and I'll do it. And then you get it done, no problem. That's what it's like. He's over the shoulder the whole time, nose breathing on them.
No,
And
I
it's
said-
get the fuck.
I
I
played
swear
the
to
video
God,
on
man.
my show, man. I played the video in it of all the husbands just sitting there and the wives just walking out with the ladder and the hacksaw. And
Yeah.
what are you doing? It's not fucking broken. What are you doing? Yeah, that's what it is, and that's what we're
Yep.
worried about this season. Yeah, and we hope that he can prove us wrong. But if he don't, if he don't, you know what I mean? Because we've just
Can someone show him a video of someone working in Tesco rotating fruit and veg? Can they do that for him? And then, you know what I mean? And then he can figure out the basic concept of rotation. Maybe. Show him a video of that, man. Just show him a video of that.
Oh look, it takes 2 years to learn his system, and then I'm gonna keep changing things every season.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
What is he
It's the
signing
art of
morons? How
looking
can they
busy.
not figure out horseshoe passing and set pieces?
It's the art of looking busy. That's
Yeah.
that's what it is.
So I would have got
basically
perfect
it.
for it.
Yeah, shuffle papers. You know, when the boss got shuffle papers, act like you're writing an email. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of them ones, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
one-
Like
It's one
Homer
of
with the
them
thing
ones.
that just goes like that. That
Yeah.
pressing the Y button. Ooh, and it's raspberry.
Pull out some files. You know what I'm saying? Start opening them.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
But
bro.
yeah, man, we got to slide into this game because as you can see, it's Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel Calafiore, Rice, Zubamendi, Eze in the midfield. Wow.
Oh my god!
And yeah, he
And,
did make the bench. I'm surprised.
Wow.
Yeah. Saka, Moreno, and Trossard. I would have guessed all of these. Maybe, yeah, even Eze
No,
in that number.
Guaranteed.
10, to be honest.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, even I know that he doesn't like Ethan. I mean, yeah, Ethan hasn't been the best, but like you don't. This is not how you treat a player like Ethan. He's young. He's supposed to take care of the youngsters, right? That's what he is for. But anyway, so yeah, we're gonna go into this game. Same old. You know what I'm saying? Wait for that set piece. Defend well, and hopefully we get that win. But in my opinion, I think we'll trip today. I'll be honest. I'm gonna go unpopular. I'll go unpopular today. I feel like maybe Sunderland can get at us. Other teams, do you know what it is? Other teams haven't been scoring. Obviously, they haven't been
Taking
getting the chance, obviously, to put the shot on target. But I feel like Sunderland are on the wave right now. You know what I'm saying? They're on like a momentum kind of. I know that they lost, but like they're on a momentum. I think they'll give us a tough game. So my opinion is that like a 1-1, you know what I'm saying, a 1-1 draw. We'll probably score set piece, but I feel like maybe they can get us. I'll just go that. I'll go 1-1. So as you can see here, 1-1 Everton. Oh, 2-0 Wolverhampton, 1-1 Aston Villa, 2-1 Brentford, and I can't see the last one, West Ham.
3-0, 3-0 West Ham on their first game.
3-0
But
West Ham.
That's all their home games
All
in the
home
league. They haven't
games,
lost.
Oh yeah. Big up North side for the raid as well. Yeah, big up North
Big
side
up
for the
North,
raid.
man.
Got to know.
Views.
Yes, bro.
What's your thoughts on this one? What's your thoughts on this game? Yeah, you like the lineup? Anything you want to say?
Yeah, it's predictable. That's what I'm saying. You know, we haven't got injury crisis. Of course, there's no excuses, but like the team picks itself at the moment. You know what I mean? In Arteta's mind, anyway, because you got to put you got to think like a serial killer. Do you know what I'm saying? That's how you know Ethan's going to be on the bench. MLS is the new pariah, like Ethan was last season. I literally done a member street and we picked this exact same team, like pound for pound, like literally. So that's how predictable he is. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, look, that team's good enough to beat Sunderland, but as you said, I'm a little bit cautious because Sunderland at home have been very good. Obviously, away from home, not so good, but at home, decent. And their last game, they were losing, and they come back into to nick another Premier League point at home. So yeah, I don't think it will be easy, but I am predicting 2-1. And like I said, I'm just going to stay that way until we can see the goal, and then you know what I'm saying. But yeah, they've been good at home. So I expect them to be up for it. I don't expect it to be like fully low block today. Put it that way.
Nah, we'll see though. We'll see. Hopefully we do get that win. Shane, you think he's crazy saying what I said about the 1-1 draw?
No, not at all. Not at all. Listen, it's a game that I think will be tough. It's the one that DJB's been pointing out for a long time, saying we need to be careful of this game. Look at their home record. They've been really good. Saturday night, up against a big team, they're going to want to win it. You know, there's a lot of ingredients there for a slip up. But just with the way we've been playing, I think we've been defensively sound. if it stays 0-0 for the first sort of 20, 30 minutes, I think we'll be okay. I think we'll have enough then of fitness-wise to get at them. But if they get an early goal, it could be a different story. But look, a draw at this point is basically, you know, if you want to win the league, draws are what catch you out. So we need to win, go into the international break. We can sit back and watch the City game from afar. If we've won already, we can sit back and sort of pick what result we want, nice and casually. But I'll go with 1-0 to us. But I'm far from overly confident. But I haven't been confident going into any game this season. I haven't been confident going into any game this season because of the way we play, because we can't seem to score an open play goal until we've already scored the set piece. And set pieces don't last forever. They don't last forever. So I'm more about the famous five has started again. If Rice pulls up with an injury, we know how that looks. If he had just been left at home for Prague, he could have had 5-6 days sitting at home resting. Instead, he played 80 minutes for no reason. But apparently he's indestructible, so we shall see. But yeah, I'll go 1-0 us, but I'm not overly confident. I'll settle on 1-0.
Indestructible. Let's go. Big up BBK. Big up North, of course. Thanks for the raid. BBK. What's your thoughts on this game, man? You think I'm crazy saying 1-1?
Yeah, I think you're crazy as fuck. Yeah. They don't have enough to play through us, man. I don't think Xhaka or Siddiqui can play through us. Because when we play, you notice when Arsenal lose the ball, we don't rush to chase the ball and win it back like City. We rush to get back in shape.
Yeah.
That's why our build-up is so slow. If you watch Man City play, whenever they lose the ball, it's like 4-man run to the ball. And if whoever they lose the ball to is tactically good enough to get out of that press, City are under pressure. We don't do that. We lose the ball, we immediately go back into shape.
Sorry to cut across you then, Taron. Yeah. That means that we're making 11 players run instead of 2 or 3 every single time.
12, because the manager's over there running like a damn madman as well. He's up and down. He's the ball boy. He's helping them with the throws and all this shit. But yeah, I don't think they have enough to play through us because of how quickly we get back into shape. But our build-up will be slow. It'll be lethargic. It'll be Saka isolated, doubled up on the triangle over there with him and Timber. But I think we have enough of the ball to break him down. So yeah, 1-0 for me.
Let's go. But move. Because I'm in the streets like every day.
Hey.
I'm sorry about the things that I did not say.
IRL North.
Because you are the best thing in my world. And I'm so proud to call you my girl.
Big up.
I understand that there's some problems.
Oh shit, we're getting a full rendition. Yes, Rashid. Oh shit.
You got Akon, bro. I used to love his music, man. Akon, banger after banger. But no, what are you telling me, broski? Thank you for the raid, of course. What are you telling me about this game, bro? Like I'm going a bit crazy. I'm saying that it's gonna be a 1-1. I feel like the Sunderland momentum may be enough for them to maybe catch us with a goal. But yeah, what's your thoughts on the game? Have you seen the starting lineup?
Yeah, I saw the starting lineup. I would have liked to see Henkape start a game. I really want to see the level of this player, and I think this was a game that we could have tried to see what level he's at. You know what I mean? And I also would have liked to seen the midfield a little bit more creative. I think adding Skell into that midfield, you don't have to go so defensive. Adding Zubamendi, and you know what I mean? And make us improve a little bit more in open play. Even though we have scored some good open play goals in the last couple of games, let's be real. But at the same time, I would have liked as well Saka to go on the left and Dowman on the right. You know, I would have liked to have seen these kind of things. You know, the manager implementing those kind of things. But he's going to stick to what he relies on. You know what I mean? He relies on Trossard. He relies on Calafiori. He relies on Zubamendi. So that's what he's going to keep doing. But I think it's a good time to see what these players will play like with that kind of lineup, because a lot of talk has been of, you know, our congested, you know, Crystal Palace. We got Everton, and then 2 days or so we got flipping Crystal Palace in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. You're going to have to rotate this team anyway. So why not start rotating them early and get them up into form instead of just giving them microwave minutes? Because you're going to need to rotate that team with the schedule that we got. You know what I mean? So whether he likes it or not, you are going to have to mix it up a little bit. And I'd like to see him, you know, mix it up a little bit. You can still rely on set pieces. You've still got Rice on the pitch. You still got Gabriel. You still got those players to do the set piece thing. But then you have some players that got a bit more flair, players that can draw certain tackles like Dowman. Do you know what I mean? Or players like Lewis Skelly that can do the defensive stuff, but he's very good on the half turn and can drive the team forward in open play. I feel like we should add that to our game. I don't see why it doesn't take away from what we're doing. We're still going to set up defensive. We're still going to look for set pieces, but then you've got other players that ask different questions of the team. That's what I'd like to see. Do you know what I mean? But as long as we're picking up points, people are going to be like, why are you complaining? It's not really a complaint. It's an analysis of how we're set up. Regardless, though, I still expect us to win this game. And I think we'll end up winning this game maybe 2-1 or 2-0. Probably 2-1. Actually, I think 2-0.
You don't think they'll score?
Nah, I think we're going to be extremely defensive, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're going to be extremely defensive, relying on set pieces again. And we have got a very good defense. Obviously, Calafiori, depends what Calafiori we get. If there's a Calafiori that just bombing forward and leaving gaps in the left-hand side of our defense, then they can utilize that and try getting in behind. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see, bro. I think, yeah, probably 2-1.
Does it bother you, North? Because we asked all the man here. Does it bother you that we're 17th from open play? Does it bother you that we're relying on set pieces every game? Does it or do you think this will be sustainable enough for the whole season and we can win something? I mean, 10 games is enough to give you an idea about how the season is going to pan out, right? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, this set piece thing isn't something that we just implemented this season. We've seen this set piece now for like the last 2 seasons. Yeah, cool. It looks like we're getting even better at the set pieces, but eventually the set pieces wasn't enough to, when we got knocked out of the cup to Man United, the set pieces didn't save us against PSG. So when you look at the content of the season, like what is it actually brought to us? It hasn't even brought us a Carabao Cup. This is the thing I keep saying. It's like, as much as people love set pieces, where's the set pieces got us? It's got us competing, but it hasn't got us winning anything. Hasn't got us over the line. And that's a fact. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. Do you know what I mean? So why is it different this season? Let's be real. The thing that we wanted this season was to get a 20-goal a season striker, Gyökeres. And we wanted an upgrade on Odegaard with Eze. We need to get Eze firing on a consistent basis. We need Gyökeres firing on a consistent basis. Like, those are the players that we brought in to get over the line as an addition to the set pieces. That's the reality. But now I think some people are trying to rewrite the reality and say, oh, no, we've got set pieces, we're good. No, there's a reason why we went out and got Gyökeres. We wanted the clinical striker in January. So let's not go on like we went into the season saying, oh, yeah, we don't need to get a 20-goal season striker. We don't need to get a better number 10 because we can just rely on the set pieces. Otherwise, we wouldn't have purchased those players. We purchased those players because we needed to build upon what we had last season, which was set pieces, which was a good defense. So that's the reality, bro. Just because we're doing well now, we need to get those guys firing. Hopefully, Gyökeres can kick on from his performance against Burnley, because I felt like if he would have played 90, he would have got man of the match. But let's not go on like those additions wasn't what we needed to build upon what we already had, which was set pieces. So my answer is no, we can't sustain this set piece and think we're going to win something. Will we compete? We will compete. Will we get over the line? Then why didn't we get over the line and win something last season when we already had the set piece then? And why didn't we just go with the strikers that we had? We could have spent money in other areas then. We could have got a left winger then. We should have prioritized that. Because everybody wants to upgrade the left wing. Why did we go and get Gyökeres? Because they know pieces ain't going to get us over the line. Otherwise, you don't need a 20-goal season striker if you believe so much in this set piece thing. You don't need it.
Facts, 100%. Just last question, guys. I wanted to ask you about Saka and Eze's form. I mean, we were all happy about Eze coming to the club, right? Views. What's your thoughts on both of these players? Because for me, I'm not seeing them that much. You know what I'm saying? I'm not seeing them that much. I don't think they're doing even nearly enough to what they should be doing. Because let's be honest, you're a star. Both of you are stars. I expect star performances because that's why you get to be the star. Do you know what I'm saying? Or else we can just make you an average player. Nobody will talk about you and you won't get 180K or 250K or whatnot. What's your thoughts on this one, Views?
Well, I think
system. What is it?
I think it's definitely the system. Like we know that. That's why players that don't even have injuries come to Arsenal when you got injuries. That's why when I done the member stream and we pulled up the injuries, they was all looking the same: knee, groin, hamstring. It's all the same shit. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's definitely the system. Saka's riddled, bro. Like he's 24 and he might as well be my age, bro. He walks like he shat himself. Do you know what I'm saying? And he's 24 years old. And he literally walks like he needs a fucking cane already, bro. Like, he's riddled. Yeah. People talking about Declan Rice. Just look at him. He looks knackered. The same as Eze. Look at Eze. Eze actually looks knackered. For someone who's just come to the team, yeah, we know that what he's doing now in training is not what he was doing when he was at Crystal Palace. Yeah, even the way he plays, because he thinks he's got so much more time than he does sometimes. But I think he's just trying to. He looks knackered every game as well, Eze. I think it's the system. I think it's the intensive training, and I think it's what Arteta demands of them. He'll tell Eze, come, touchline. He'll tell Ethan, move. But he'll let Trossard drift all around the flipping pitch. So yes, I mean, Saka's riddled, so I think he's not the same player anymore. So I don't really look at him and say, oh, for fuck's sake, Saka, can you give me a little bit more? Because I don't know if he's got it in him. I'm going to be terribly honest. And what Tuchel said has made him that little bit more selfish as well for me, that I've noticed. But that's cool, whatever. And yeah, with Eze, I think he's knackered, bro, and he shouldn't be. He probably should be one of the fittest players in the squad. He was playing ball as soon as the season started. So I don't know. I think it's more the system, and the demands that Arteta gives them. Do you know what I'm saying? Because he's always on the sideline holding their hands, telling them where to go, what to do. The amount of running that they do going the other way as well. Even for Eze, you're seeing him especially when he plays on the left. So yeah, I think it's more the system than the players. And with Saka, I think he's just riddled, bro. Just like Ben White, he ain't going to be the same player again.
Yeah,
I hear that. Shane, I mean, Eze was one of the best players in the Premier League last season. And Saka's apparently, the best right winger in the world, barring Salah. What happened? How much do you think they're gonna get, like, GA at the end of the season, just to spice it up a little bit?
Well, Saka will be lucky to get, I think, GA 15 to 20. I think it'd be quite a miracle if he got that. I think he's only on 2 or 3 or something already, isn't he? And that's penalties, right? So, listen, what happened? Mikel Bundy happened. That's what happened. But he's not just a killer of with injuries; he's a killer of attacking talent as well. He destroys every attacking player. We know this. It's his tactics. All the running they do is tracking back. Gyökeres has done on average 20% more running per game than he did at Sporting, and he's had 19 shots. Right, so he's not running forward. He's definitely not running forward. It doesn't add up. So he's tracking back relentlessly. They asked Arteta about how well Gyökeres played in that only good half he had right before he got injured. Oh, guys, the first thing he said was, oh, guys, his press, his defensive work. Why are we talking about that? Why is that the first thing you say about a forward player? Why is that the first thing? Because it's what he looks for. With Saka, he had fallen off a cliff. Now, maybe off a cliff is harsh, but his form had definitely dropped even before that first hamstring injury. The one that he got rushed back. You got a 6-month recovery time. He got rushed back before 3 months because he wanted him for the Champions League game. He ran on adrenaline, ran himself into the ground, did more permanent damage. Then he got another injury, and now he's fallen off a cliff. I watched that fucking Money Penny say, oh, the best player on the pitch was Saka. What game were you watching against Prague? The guy was terrible. He was terrible against Prague, right? Because he doesn't have that burst of pace. Michael Owen, I always refer to it. He did an interview as much as that guy. I'd rather watch Paint Dry than listen to him. He was saying about he pointing at his Ballon d'Or, saying, like, I won that on the downslide of my career, and he was 20 when he won it, right? And Rio Ferdinand's looking at him and he goes, yeah, I got a grade 3 hamstring at 19. After that, it was never the same. And he wasn't. He lost that burst of pace. Gabriel might get over a grade 3 because it's not about a burst of pace with him. That's not his game. Now, we did see him need a burst of pace when he got played over the top and Haaland left him for dead. He couldn't even keep up. Didn't even try. Knew he couldn't. But when your whole game is based around a burst of pace, which Saka's game is, get the ball, slow it down, wait for the defender to come in, shift to the side, and you get a bit of space. Take that away from him, and he's finished. So when people say, like yourself, put him out the left, definitely he can take a touch, whip it in. He does. He can go on the outside. He can go on. Low crosses. He doesn't have to shift to take it on the outside. He can just go on. He can build up a speed as he gets the ball. But he has the talent to adjust his game. Will he be allowed? No, because Mikel Arteta will just go. He'll refuse to see that he can't do what he used to do. So we'll just keep telling him to do it. Just keep doing it. It'll come, and it won't. So as for Eze, it's what we said earlier. Oh well, Arteta's so he's so meticulous with the amount of research and all he does. Right. Well, that doesn't work for players like Eze or for Ethan or for MLS, players that play off the cuff, street footballers. You can't give them too much information. It destroys their game. They need to play on instinct. So Eze, I said this, and I'll finish on this. I said it at the time. I wanted Eze, but I told people, don't get too excited. It's not the Crystal Palace Eze where he's allowed to do what he wants. This is a Mikel Arteta Eze where he will grind them down under his boot heel and make him just an attacking player that tracks back. And that's what's happened already, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Facts. BBK. I mean, they told us, oh, don't put Eze on the left. Put him in the number 10. The problem is that he can't play on the left. He doesn't have the pace for it. We moved him to the number 10. Nothing changed.
Sorry, shit. At first, the Eagles of this world told us he was a left winger because they knew Arteta would play him there. And now that Odegaard's injured and they had heat maps. Yeah. Now that he's in the middle, he's an attacking midfielder again. Sorry,
I remember that episode. No, the thing with Saka, bro, he's nursing 2 hemis before the injury. Before the hamstring injuries, the world was telling us, that rivals was telling us he's being overplayed. We're all saying he's been overplayed. Everyone with eyes who watches football saying he's being overplayed before the injury. Now he has a grade 3 and did the other hamstring this year. He's nursing 2 hemis. So he obviously is going to look different, and he hasn't been good. But the thing with Eze, we seen the report come out this week saying even AFTV can't run away from this, that it was Berta who went to the bosses and said, give me Eze and give me Piero. So Arteta didn't want him. He didn't want him. It's a World Cup year. So Eze, he's going to do what the manager wants him to do, or he won't play. Eze wants to go to the World Cup. So if he has to sacrifice his game to get into the England squad, he's going to do it, especially if he can do that while we're winning. Because if he doesn't, then the Arteta defenders are going to brand him with the bad attitude that they tried to put on Ivan Toney. He's going to be petulant, attitude problems. So he has, you know what I'm saying? But if Eze is allowed to do Eze things, there's no one on the pitch that can stay in front of him. Even the goal that we scored against Brighton, the ball comes over to Eze. I think he was in Capia that plays it. It's Eze quick footwork to get away from the defender that allowed Mikel Moreno to do that back heel. The boy knows how to play football, but he has to play Arteta's way or he will not play. No minutes, Tuchel don't call you.
Yeah, Lewis Kelly's already a victim of that because just to cut in, but he's the new pariah because Calafiori's getting started and now Skelly in the England team.
Yeah,
facts.
Yeah,
facts.
It is.
By the way, what Moreno did on that back heel, there's a lot of players that can't do that. Even though I don't like Moreno,
he was terrible for the rest of the game, though. He was fucking awful for the rest.
He was. He's not a midfielder. He's a terrible midfielder.
Man, I'm not. Yeah,
North. I mean, North. They're telling me that Saka can't play his game because he has to defend 24/7. He always tripled up on, and the same goes to Eze. Why, when Dauman plays, Dauman can defend and attack at the same time and open up teams and create problems for the other team? Why is it different? Why doesn't Dauman suffer the same?
Because he's a better technical footballer. Do you know what I mean? He's a better footballer in that aspect. Like, yeah, you'd say Saka's a better finisher, but he's got the attributes to be able to drop a shoulder and be able to beat players in different ways. He doesn't. You see how Diamond doesn't rely on the number 10. Saka's game is very reliant on linking up with the number 10. You know what I mean? Little given goals to get him behind the fullback. So he's just a different type of player, bro. He's a different type of player. But if that's the situation, then we just need to make sure that we get the striker cooking and we get the left-hand side cooking. And let's just not be so predictable and play him constantly down the right-hand side. Shift him to the left. Bring on Dauman. So then they got two things to think about. Do you know what I mean? They got Dauman that's very direct. Is going to draw a foul if you give him space, or get us free kicks or get us penalties. So you just got to give the opposition other players that they have to focus on, not just Saka. You know what I mean? To distract them and to draw players out of position to then create more space in behind for Saka to be more direct. So there's ways of figuring it out, but you need to have a team that has a bit more going for it going forward. You know what I mean? If you have a player that is like Skelly running directly at them in the midfield, all of a sudden they got to be looking to try and slow down Skelly and stop his run and stop him trying to link up with the front three. So that creates space. You know what I mean? That creates space. The best thing to do for a defender is give him two players to think about, or three players to think about. Do I stay with this player, or do I follow the runner in behind? Or do I close down the midfielder that's trying to spark a counter attack? That's what you got to do. There's ways around it, bro. Like, there's no excuse about he's getting troubled up on and all this type of stuff. Like, You know what I mean? Like we don't see Salah getting into that. Like we don't see Carl Palmer when he plays on the wing getting tripled up on or doubled up on. Do you know what I mean? It's not an excuse, bro.
100%.
And the
Big
thing
up
is,
to
right, with
everyone
the
that's locked
injuries,
in,
just
of course.
quickly, with the injuries, we talk about Lamine Yamal doesn't have to do all that tracking back, and he still gets fucking injured. So can you imagine being on the wing and still have to do all that running? That bro,
Yeah,
it's
but
just
Lamine Yamal got a different injury though. Did you hear about the injury? That's Nicole. That's Nicole's fault. Blame the OF girl. You know what I'm saying?
The Cougars. You know what I mean?
hey.
It is what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? The kid wants to live. You know what I'm saying? The kid loves to live. You know how it is.
Hey,
That's how the
live
North
and let
African
live.
way. That's the North
Live and
African way. Do you know what I'm saying? Hey, they did you hear that? I think Nico Williams, him, because they're friends, innit? Nico Williams, him, and another guy. I forgot the other player. They all have the similar injuries. The same injury. I don't know if it's true, obviously. I didn't check it out properly. But they all were in the same party with Nicole. Nicole is that OF girl.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So I'm just throwing it out there for all the conspiracy theorists. You know what I'm saying? Come back to me when you got, you know what I'm saying? When you got an answer for that one. Because I do, but I don't want to say it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be the one that can say it. Not me. Not me.
This guy.
Well, big up, man. Big up, bro. Let's see with the same thing. Yeah, that could be a theory. That could be a theory. But yeah, man, thank you for all being here, bro. Big up Views, big up Shane, big up BBK, big up my bro North. You know what I'm saying? Big up to the chat as well, man. We're gonna redirect to Lee. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, redirect to Lee. You know what I'm saying? And thank you for being here, bro. And we're out, people.
Love.
Man, I'm good.